Hello everyone and welcome to the next mini tutorial here on Ducttapestuff. In this mini tutorial I'm going to be going over all the tools and equipment that I use when I'm working with duct tape, how to get my designs and stuff like that, and all the tools that I use on a daily basis whenever I'm working with all kinds of duct tape. So that's what I'm going to be going over in this mini tutorial. So we'll start off with the cutting mat here first. Now this is an Omni-Grid cutting mat that I got from a local craft store, and basically what it allows me to do is stick the duct tape down on it, and this is a self-healing mat, which basically what that means is that when I cut it with the X-Acto knife, if I come back later the mark will kind of heal itself. It's almost like a kind of spongy material, and it kind of bounces back after a while. But basically what this allows me to do is stick a piece of duct tape down, take my X-Acto knife, and I can very easily make any kind of design that I want because I'm able to cut right through the tape and I have that surface that I'm working on. So this is how I make a great deal of all my designs and stuff like that, because I'm able to cut out things directly on the board and I don't have to worry about like anything else getting in the way or anything like that. That brings that to my second tool, which is X-Acto knives. Now if you have a cutting mat like this, X-Acto knives are pretty much an essential tool. You can get them at most craft stores. I think they're usually pretty cheap. You can get like probably about a single blade for about $2 or $3. Some craft stores also sell them in different sizes. Like there's a smaller one I use, there's a larger one when I need a little more gripping power. And also some places actually sell kits which have a whole bunch of them, and I wouldn't really recommend buying a whole kit. You really don't even need it if all you're using it for is duct tape. Like sometimes they come with a smaller one, a larger one, and like a really large one for when you're trying to get a lot of leverage on something. And these should come with a whole bunch of different blades, but you really don't need that if you're working with duct tape. You pretty much only need just a single blade with the simple cutting edge on it. So if you have the kit already, you can use it, but I really wouldn't recommend buying a whole kit if all you're using it for is just duct tape. A few other tools you're going to need is a simple ruler. This is just a simple wood ruler that I have. Nothing special about it. It's really cheap. You can get these at the dollar store or craft stores or anything like that for really inexpensive, and that'll help you out. Also, I forgot to mention there are inch marks on the board here, so that comes in handy every now and then when I'm laying strips of tape on the actual board. Also, you're going to need a sharp pair of scissors. Now, when you cut duct tape with scissors, they do tend to get gunked up with a lot of the adhesive, and that kind of dulls them after a while. So you're going to have to clean them off every now and then, and sometimes you're going to have to sharpen them. So you want to get a decent pair of scissors if you're cutting the duct tape. And I usually use this only when I'm cutting tape that's been pushed on top of itself, so there's no sticky side showing. So it's almost like cutting a small piece of fabric, so it makes it much easier to cut. So that's scissors and a ruler, two more essential tools. Also, another essential tool to have at your station are pens, and basically what you use pens for is to mark on pieces of duct tape before you cut, and it would make it much easier for you to cut things out with your X-Acto blade. And you don't have to make them duct tape flower pens, but I do find that it really lightens up the workstation a little bit when I have duct tape flower pens sticking out of my cup holder instead of just regular pens. If you're really interested in doing this, I do have a video up on how to do it, so if you're really curious, just pop over onto my channel and check out that video. So pens are definitely an essential tool to use, especially if you want nice clean cuts on whatever you're trying to stencil out with the X-Acto knife blades. Another thing that I always keep in my workstation is a credit card, and this doubles as an ID, and I basically just use this on any wallets that I'm making. If I want to test out to see if a wallet will fit credit card or ID, I just slip this in after I'm done, and if it doesn't fit, well then I know I've made it too small. But I always keep one on my workstation so that I'm always able to check to see if a wallet can fit credit card or ID. And also another tool is this called a compass. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with a compass, but basically what this allows you to do is stick this point here in the middle, and then you rotate it around, and it'll mark a near perfect circle on a piece of tape, and that allows me to cut out perfect circles whenever I'm working with the duct tape. So that's also a very useful tool to have. Also, one last thing, this is clear packaging tape, and it's also made by Duct. They call it HD Clear, and I got this at Walmart just like all my other duct tapes. And basically what this does is you peel it off, you stick it down on top of your designs, and what it allows you to it doesn't allow them for them to peel up or anything like that, because it forms like a protective transparent layer on them. So basically what I do is I make a design like this, I put this tape on it and overlap it just a little bit, and as you can see it's kind of shiny. That's the tape on there, and you can't peel it up because it's got that layer of tape over top of it. And as you can see, it really doesn't affect the design at all. It just makes it a little shinier when you push up against the light, but that really helps if you have really complex designs, when you really want to protect them and make sure they don't peel off when you take it out and put it back in your pocket several times. So that's also a great tool to have. So that pretty much concludes this mini tutorial on all the things I use on my workstation and all the items and equipment that I use for working with duct tape. So hopefully I'll see you guys next time. So take care.